Back with another video. NodeMonkes versus Bitcoin punks. Right now you can see the NodeMonkes have done 154 Bitcoin volume the last 24 hours. They're hotter than Satan's toenails. There's been a lot of hype. The SID nodes, that team built up a lot of hype, and you can see that it is rocketed up to on Magic Eden, #1 project the last 24 hours. Almost 10% of a Bitcoin, really shot up. Bitcoin frogs just went down a little bit. Bitcoin punks went down a little bit. A lot of the volume on the other projects, a lot of that liquidity flown into NodeMonkes. So when you look at NodeMonkes, their first inscription was 83,522. The last mint inscription was 111,319. They had 2.7 megabytes to take up the entire 10,000 collection. It cost about 21% of a Bitcoin at the time, which was back in February of 23. So Bitcoin was 20 some $1,000 back then. What was it? 20 something, I think, right around 22,000. Bitcoin punks, their first inscription number is number 89. Last inscription number is 34,399. But there's about 35% of a Bitcoin for those fees, 2 megabytes, similar there. Now, Bitcoin frogs, which is actually in terms of the 10,000 profile picture collections, is the highest. It got up to over a 0.4 Bitcoin floor, but it's at 0.264 Bitcoin now. Now, those ones had 38% of a Bitcoin in March. They're a little bit later. 381,224 is the first inscription. 412,389 inscription was the last one. 33.36 megabytes. So it's actually, the image stored on chain is larger. These images are smaller that are stored on chain. And so these ones are larger. That's why it took a lot more, but they did pretty good and didn't spend a ton more Bitcoin. So yeah, that's it. So you got right here. So some people think that the Bitcoin NodeMonkes are the true first collection of 10,000 because they're unique art. You can see that there's 20 pending buys so far. When I've been checking it, there's been like 100 pending buys. You can see that 3 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. There's a lot of action there. You can see 169 sats per VByte is for the gas basically right now. It's pretty expensive. So that's what a lot of people compare these now with the Bitcoin punks. You know, it is byte for byte, the art from the crypto punks, but the earlier first one is number 89. Last one's 34,399. I don't think it's in a zero sum game. Maybe Bitcoin frogs, maybe NodeMonkes is the top one, but since all of these are stored on chain, I think that they'll have a bright future. Now, that's my opinion. I even minted some of my own, like, I don't know, like 17 under 100,000 when the ordinals came out. I think the first one I inscribed was in the 50,000s. So I think that there's going to be a future with the ordinals. That's my opinion, not financial advice. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how the frogs, Bitcoin punks, and NodeMonkes play out. Maybe the NodeMonkes are the first one to get to 1 Bitcoin for, 1 NodeMonkes, 1 Bitcoin. I know some people think that Bitcoin punks. Now, full disclosure, I do own some Bitcoin punks. I don't own any NodeMonkes. I was looking at it when I first looked at it yesterday. Well, I saw it a little bit before the Dutch auction went live, and then after that, the floor over here was like 0.044. So the floor is about doubled since I first saw it on Magic Eden. So it'll be interesting. It looks like it's pulled back a little bit. Some of the volumes died down. Basically, I was looking at 100 pending buys. You can see that it got close to 10% of a Bitcoin. It has pulled back a little bit. And so what's Bitcoin? Bitcoin's trending up a little bit, but surprisingly enough, sometimes when like Bitcoin or Ethereum goes up, the collections can still go up. So it'll be interesting. Balls on you on AVAX is someone's all the way in you. Balls on you on AVAX, I guess, is another meme coin. People like those meme coins. So yeah, I don't think it's a zero sum game with the Bitcoin punks or the NodeMonkes. I can see how some people would like NodeMonkes because the art's unique and they're still super early. They're basically right just under 100,000 inscriptions and just over 100,000 inscriptions. And you look now, I think how many inscriptions there are there now? There's like 53 million or something. It's been a while since I checked. Oh yeah, almost 52, a little over 52 million, so almost 53 million inscriptions. And so they're both super early. The Bitcoin punks are just earlier. I like the art better, and I know it's a knockoff of it's a byte for byte. They have everything matches up with the Bitcoin punk numbers match up with crypto punk numbers. So I could see how someone doesn't like that or why they wouldn't like that, but I think it's just funner art in my opinion. But hey, man, everyone's different, and the market will decide. And that's what's kind of cool is the free market will decide what collection is the best. And could be frogs, could be Bitcoin punks, could be NodeMonkes. It could be something we don't know. I do think that the younger ones will have more historical value. So, maybe it's NodeMonkes, frogs. I don't know. Bitcoin punks. The frogs are not quite as, they weren't inscribed as early. But yeah, I think either way, even if you're holding punks, frogs, NodeMonkes, I think in this bull run, they're all going to increase in value by quite a bit. That's my thesis. So it's going to be fun to see how it plays out. Let me know what you think. Do you think NodeMonkes will win out? What do you think between NodeMonkes, Bitcoin frogs, and Bitcoin punks? Which one do you think will have the most value long term? Or are there any other collections in the ordinal inscriptions that you like better? So thanks for watching and have a good day.